We're back. I'm Kristen Best with Premier Properties of Dublin.
And I'm Sarah Colby with Capital City Home Loans.
If you watched our first video, you saw that the first step in looking for a new home is to get pre-qualified. Now we're going to talk about the second step that'll come after you find a house that you're ready to make an offer on.
Yeah, once you've made an offer, you decide this is the house of my dreams, I'm ready to make an offer on it, I've been pre-qualified for this amount, then I can sit down with you and we can look at your budget for that specific home. So there are three parts of a mortgage payment. You have your principal and interest portion of your payment. The principal goes towards paying down that loan balance. The interest goes to the lender. And so that's the first portion of your mortgage payment, and it's usually the largest portion. The second portion of your mortgage payment is called your escrow items. Escrow is a special type of savings account that there is no fee for setting up. And those escrow items are your property taxes and your homeowner's insurance. And so the bank collects 1/12 of your property taxes and 1/12 of your homeowner's insurance every month as part of your mortgage payment, puts it in that escrow account, and at the end of the year when your property taxes are due or when your homeowner's insurance comes due, they pay that full amount for you. So that's a great way to budget. So you have your principal and interest portion of your payment, you have your escrow items, and then the last one that nobody likes to talk about is your PMI. This is called primary mortgage insurance. Primary mortgage insurance is only required when you put less than 20% down on your home. So if you've made a 20% down payment or larger on your home, you do not have to pay primary mortgage insurance. Primary mortgage insurance covers that gap between the 80% loan to value ratio and the 95 to 97% loan to value ratio. So we can talk about all those things and how that specific home meets your budget. All of those three things added together would be your mortgage payment.
So once you work through all of that and you realize that you can afford to buy this house, there's a few more things you need to think about when making your offer, like the specifics of the offer that will make it competitive in today's seller's market. And what a seller's market is when there's a high demand for houses and low inventory, and that's kind of what we're at right now.
We've been there for a while.
Yeah, we have, and it doesn't seem to be letting up anytime soon. So in these markets, the sellers, for lack of a better phrase, kind of have the upper hand. So you want to make your offer stand out and get accepted. So there's a few things you can do to make your offer competitive. One is going to be not asking for a lot of things. Typically when you are making your offer, you might ask for repairs, or you might ask for special contingencies. You might ask for furniture to be left, or the house to get pressure washed. You know, all kinds of little things like that are just an inconvenience to the seller, and if they don't have to do them, they don't want to. You know, if they don't have to repair the hinges on the front door for one offer over yours, then they're likely to go with the offer that they don't have to repair the hinges on the front door. So little things like that just make the offer as clean as possible are going to make it more likely to get accepted. And then on the finance front, there's a couple of other things that you need to think about when making an offer, and those are your earnest money and your closing cost. So earnest money is money that you're going to put down as soon as your offer gets accepted, and it's just kind of a gesture of saying that you're serious about the offer. Yeah, so good faith. And so that is usually going to be around 1 or 2% of the offer price, and that's going to be paid, like I said, right as soon as your offer is accepted, and that will be held in a trust account by either one of the real estate offices or the closing attorney's office. So that money will be, a lot of people think that check is just held in a drawer, but no, that money will actually be deposited into a trust account. And then you also want to talk about closing cost. So that is going to be an additional cost that you pay at closing on top of the price of the house, and your mortgage lender and the closing attorney can usually give you a good idea of what those closing costs are going to be.
Yeah, so it's important when you're making an offer on a home and you know what different loan program that you're going to use, to think about not only your down payment, but also those closing costs, because those closing costs can end up being 3 to 5% of the loan amount. So it's important to think about all the expenses of home ownership and the cash that you'll have to provide at closing to be prepared. No one likes surprises, extra money due, or those kind of things. So it's really nice to know in advance what those closing costs could be.
So these are a few tips to get you under contract on a house. Tune in for our next video to find out what to do once you're under contract.